Until, and you're watching Until TV, and I'm sitting here with author Charles Chatmon. Hi, Charles.
Hey, Until, how you doing?
Fine, how are you?
All right, pretty good.
It's good to see you.
Good to see you too.
I know, we've been trying to get you in this chair for a minute, right?
Oh yeah.
Now, we got to start talking about you and the book. So, you have two poetry books.
Right.
One is called From the Depths of My Soul, and the other is called Voices of South Central.
Right.
And so I need to know, how did you become writing poetry, or why poetry?
Well, I started writing short stories at age 14. I was very young, age 12. Then I started writing poems at age 14. I don't know, it's just something that I wanted to do. It was kind of I knew I could write short stories, but let me just write poetry and see how that worked out. So the rest is history, I guess. You know?
Took off from there.
Yeah, with my first poem at age 15, and man, that was it.
Wow. Okay, now the book I want to talk about, of course, is The Voices of South Central, which was written in 2004, right?
2003.
2003. Okay, and so now I have this book.
Okay.
I read it, and I found it to be poetically raw, but centrally sweet and honest. So I need to know, why did you choose to write this book?
Well, this book is a combination of poems I wrote back in the late 80s called South Central Poems.
Okay.
And, you know, as you live in the neighborhood for a long time, you know that when all the gang violence and everything happened in the late 80s, you had experts coming in, and all the major networks would come in from CBS to like NBC and ABC, and they would have their experts on and talk about South Central. You know,
Right.
all the things that went on, the bad, a little bit of the good.
A little bit.
Right, a little bit, right. So I just wanted to write about that from our experience, and even, all the poems in there are just things I saw, things that people have told me. And even in the back of the book, where I wrote an article for my college newspaper, Life Goes On in South Central LA, it just talks about what the media is not covering from a person's point of view who's been in the community for a long time.
That's true. That's true, and I read that. Now, when you named this book, The Voices of South Central, would you say that you were kind of carrying South Central on your back? And if so, why? And if not, why the name?
This is a poem called The Voices of South Central, but it was really, it's kind of where people, letting people know that in the neighborhood, in this community, there are people that are trying to do some positive things. And that's the reason why I wrote The Voices of South Central. And what you don't hear most of the time, or what people of this community want, it's the same thing that everybody else wants. We just want things a little bit more differently than, I guess, people who live out in the valley or in different places. So.
That's true. We seem to be a little bit devalued, I guess, right?
Yeah, yeah.
You've received rave reviews for your poetry books, especially for, The Voices of South Central. Raw Sisters review said, The Voices of South Central poetically paints the emotions and issues of the South Central section of Los Angeles. And I gotta tell you that I agree with them wholeheartedly. So I wanna know, what's next and what are you doing now?
Well, Storm over South Central is going to be a combination of all my poetry and some short stories that I've written back in the late 80s that haven't been released. And I want to release them now because a few of the stories are based here in South Central Los Angeles, and there's some lighthearted stories too, so I try to mix it up.
Oh, okay. Perfect. And that's what you're working on now?
Yeah, that's the third book coming out, to complete the From a Man's Heart series.
Okay, perfect. Well, I want to thank you for allowing me to interview you, and I look forward to your next book. Hopefully you'll give me an exclusive.
Yes, you will. You'll get that, for sure.
Well, thank you so much, and it was a pleasure, always.
Pleasure, too.
This is Until, and you're watching Until TV. Thanks for watching Until.
This is Charles Chatmon, and you're watching Until TV.